Hi, it's Corwhin, and we're continuing on with transplanting seedlings into 4-inch pots. Anyway, I got a bunch here. Kale, not looking so great. It should have been done a while ago. Yeah, it's hard to keep them watered, and the roots just want to grow, and their tops are going, what the heck? I'm not getting the nutrients, I'm not getting the space, and they're looking a little limpy. So this week's goal, this is gonna take me about on and off 3 days. It's basically to take the kale, the broccoli, and the cabbage and transplant that into 4-inch pots. Now I'm going to do it a little differently. I'll show you that. Don't mind the stuff in the background because it was laundry day the other day and everything's drying. And oh yeah, winter's back, so can't really do a lot. It's either raining or snowing or just giving us a glimpse of good weather and then taking it away. So let me show you how I'm doing this, a little different than I did tomatoes in the previous video. The equipment I got, I have a 15 pot holder for the 4-inch trays. I got different ones, I got black ones as well. And I have this, this is my bucket of saved growing medium from other years. If I, planting and I have extra just sitting around instead of just throwing it in the garden, I keep it because this stuff's expensive. So let it sit and dry out in the summertime. It might have some pathogens in it, but that's okay. These plants are big enough now. So these are my supplies as I have it. Oh, plus the lights. And yeah, I got a chair. So I've got some kale already started. And I'm getting another one. This is red boar. Red boar is a red type of kale. You kind of see it in the stems a little bit. Anyways, what I'm doing is a little different. I'm not planting them real deep in the 4-inch pot because unlike tomatoes, they don't have the little prickly hairs on there that will become roots. And what I'm also doing differently is that I'm putting two of them into a pot here. And what I'm doing is you can see the root ball right there. It's all wrapped around. It's got roots have nowhere to go. They're trying to grow, so they just end up hitting the sides of the cell and just wrapping around. So I'm tearing off the bottom piece a little here, and I'm putting 2 of them inside a pot. So the idea is I'm sharing this so that I can have space, because I don't have a lot of shelf space until I get warm enough and I can start putting them outside. I just don't have enough shelves with grow lights on them, and I'd love to have a greenhouse, just not financially viable just yet. Anyway, so what I'm doing, putting 2 in here, and I take off that little piece of the bottom, took off that little chunk at the bottom there. So what I'm doing is I'm breaking it, so it's going to grow. It's got area it can grow, so it's going to hopefully grow down. And because it's root bulb and around the sides, the hope, I say that cautiously, is that it's not going to cross too much. There might be a few fibers that come over, but it's going to keep its own space. That way I don't have to have a divider. I've done this with basil, never done this with kale, cabbage, or broccoli. And then when I go to use it, don't have to rip them apart when I go to transplant them. The roots are growing down, and that's what I'm hoping. And I'm also filling this all in with the reused growing mix. It might have some pathogens in it. It might have some fertilizer in it. Elsewise, I haven't had a big problem with it, and I've done this before. I haven't gone ahead and done these ahead of time like I did with the tomatoes. I'm just feeling a little low-key tonight in energy. I was watching the Montreal Canadiens game with my dad, and my eyes just shut. My eyelids just got so heavy they fell down. So I'm doing a lot of stuff right now, and that is making me a little tired. So I'm putting a bit in. I want to have the roots to grow down, and I can't, like I said before, I can't plant them deep, but I want the roots to grow downward, and that there's space there. Unfortunately, these guys are getting a little too tall, and they're intertwining with one another into a jungle. And and that kind of sucks. I have accidentally snapped 2 leaves so far of the 10 plants I've gone through. Geez, this really doesn't want to go. There we go. All right, so once again, taking a little bit of the root ball, the bottom off. That will force it to want to grow, or it'll give it an opportunity to grow out into an area that's not there, that's not restricted. And I'm pulling it, yeah, the roots are growing right through the bottom. You can see that. That's a good sign, because I'm watering at the bottom, but that's also a sign that means that I have to hurry up and transplant them. Now, I will water them tonight, and then tomorrow or the next day I'll give them some fertilizer. I'm not trying to pack them too hard, just trying to squeeze out air, because if the roots are going through, whatever way they're going to go through, they got to attach onto something in order to get moisture or nutrients. And if there's air there, that means that's just wasted space. So anyway, that's what I'm working on. Hopefully I'm a little faster at this than I am with tomatoes. Just look at these roots just growing through, trying to find nutrients, water. This is vibrancy. This is great. Cabbage is done. We got a little bit here. And I'll use the rest of this pot carrier for broccoli. Broccoli wants to come apart. So here we got some broccoli. It's called Chief. Not as much root growth there because this was probably a week, 2 weeks behind. The kale. Yes. Doing the same thing, trying to double it all up. Save some space. I'm starting to have second thoughts about this, but I'm already committing to it. I'm going to have to fertilize this a bit more than I usually do because there's 2 of them. And I'm really hoping that one doesn't dominate over the other and take the nutrients and water. I'm hoping they take off at the same time. Just look at that beauty growth. You got some nice stems there. You got these cotyledons here that are going to fall off. Some of them, after I did transplanting for the tomatoes, they died right away. Not really needed. These are the true leaves. These will grow on the stems and then to other leaves. That's all that matters, is that this keeps growing. Ta-da! There we go. They're all flimsy and limp, but they're a little stressed out, and they've been growing up into the grow lights, so they've kind of been bent over. Anyways, we'll keep on with this. Day 2 of this. Got a little busy outside. It was really nice weather, so I have not spent a lot of time on this. It's probably already 1 o'clock in the morning. I told myself I wanted to do some of this before I went to bed, so I'm trying to get that done. Tell myself I'm going to do something, I try to keep with it. And I had this whole table clean after the other night, but yeah, got to dirty it all up again. So I'm doing the same thing with these cabbages. This is Red Jewel, variety called Red Jewel. It's a mid-season cabbage, and it's red. Doing the same thing as I'm doubling them up, and I'm going to stick with that, but you can see I got them in black pots, so I'm going to instantly know when I'm looking at them, all my cabbages are in black pots. So you got a little bit of tinge of red there. So cabbage is still the same family as kale and broccoli, like we've done. Also the same family as canola and mustard and arugula and a whole lot of other good things. Turnip, rutabaga. I'm sure I'm missing a couple. Anyways, cabbage, you have early season, mid-season, and late season. So some of them develop really fast and some of them take their sweet time. And that way you have cabbage throughout the summer and into the fall. And some cabbage even has a different characteristic where it does really well in storage. So I have a variety of different cabbages, different characteristics. So I think I've overdone myself with cabbages. I think I'm growing probably 8 different varieties, 9, just to meet all those different characteristics that I just mentioned, because I want to have cabbages throughout the summer and I want to have them into winter. I'm hoping to do winter CSA again because my customers really seem to like that. I am nearing the end of all these seedlings. This is probably day 4 or 5 of working away at them when I have spare time. These are cayennes. Anyways, what I had done is, because this is saved seed and this seed I don't treat, I had put in 2 in every cell. So I got a little less than 50% germination right here. You can see in this cell right here, I got 2 that did germinate, this one as well. 2 here that didn't, the 4th here that didn't, and then a bunch here where they just have a bunch of singles. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I didn't want to waste all this space, so what I did was, I put 2 seeds per cell. Look at that. Look at how beautiful that is. But it's spinning itself around in the cell. It has nowhere else to grow. Break a little at the bottom. Put 2 in because I'm saving space. Make sure I got no air pockets, because air does not distribute moisture, fertilizer, nutrients. And boom, 1 either side. That's what I want. Like I said, this is my experiment this year. Saving pot space because I don't have a lot of shelf space, and trying to grow a little more stuff of my own. Some numbers are decreased. I don't give out jalapenos or these are cayennes, and the other ones I have are habaneros. I don't really give them out because usually they're ready late. Hot peppers take a long time to get ready, so they're ready late in the season, and pretty much I'm harvesting them when the CSA is about done. And not a lot of people like hot peppers, so I don't really include them. This is kind of my own experiment, and I would sell them at farmers markets. When I did farmers markets, some people want something hot, can't find it in the store, or they want something try on their own. And it's just also something I do like. I try to have hot peppers in my meals, especially when in the wintertime. That way it's my body's a little more healthier. But you can see a spot right here, white spot right there. I think this is because this got up too close to the light and I got burnt, and all the moisture left it, so that part of his leaf is dying. So slowly but surely getting this done. And here's a double one. 2 seeds that germinated. All I'm doing, slowly trying to take it apart. and that way I can have both of them. They just happen to be going in the same pot as well. But I have lost a few tomatoes so far that I've repotted. That's unfortunate. It does happen. So far, all the cabbage and kale have survived, and hopefully the peppers do too. So next on the list is basil. Most of this basil is a type of Genovese basil called Prospera. It is a very expensive seed I got from Johnny Seeds in the US, and it is the most tolerant or resistant that I can get for certain diseases for basil. We have this mildew or mold that likes to come up in the summertime in the wind from the US, and come August my basil will start going black because of it. It's not, it's getting toxic, it's just that it's dying because of this pathogen. Anyways, so that's why I use it. I got a small little bit I'm trying of something called purple ruffled basil. It is not growing as well. This all smells wonderful. You can see these big leaves. You could probably cook with some of these leaves, but I'm going to let them grow to be stems. So this is what the sitting room I use in the house instead of a greenhouse looks like. Greenhouse is something I want, I just can't afford right now. Anyways, everything is in a 4-inch pot, and you can see in some cases I haven't filled the full trays, or like down there, some of them have already died. They didn't like being disturbed. Those on top are ones that I did yesterday that I put in the 4-inch pots, and they're not getting direct sunlight yet. Neither are those two right there, because they're still in the stress mode. That one there, I think that's Zinnias. They're still in what I call the stress mode, so I am trying to just keep them wet, fertilized, and just enjoying their new home, get adjusted to it. Then I'll get light onto them like I have everybody else here. So this is what it looks like. This guy did not have room for, unfortunately, in those 4 basil pots. These are snapdragons. So they're getting, well, not really any sunlight because it's pretty overcast today. But yeah, they're there right now because I have no more space. That's a bit of a problem when you're doing it indoors, but it is working for me, and it's what I can afford right now. So everything's done. Now we move on to other things, and you can kind of see outside it's wet. Well, it's all dreary and wet, and we're waiting for all the ground to dry so we can work it, and then for frost to stop happening so that I can put out some of these guys. Like I'd like to start planting cabbage and kale May 15th. It is end of April right now. And that's it. That work's done. I think I ended up stopping this probably 1:30 in the morning. I was able to watch a little bit of the end of the Anaheim Edmonton game for Edmonton, so they got a long way to go if they want to win the series. But yeah, everything looks really good right now. A few ones that did not want to survive. That happens. I got to account for that. Everyone's got a dose of fertilizer since they've been in here, and I'm just going to keep them alive for a little bit, water them. I think maybe later in the week I will start drying some of them to force the roots to grow a little more. If they don't have the water right there, they will put the roots out more to try to search for it. And if it's at the bottom or if it's in the sides, they will stretch out a little more. I want that. I want them to have good, healthy roots, so when I transplant them outside, the root base is there. The root base, even if it gets a little bit damaged, they have enough that they can still absorb nutrients and water and have a good base to survive on. So anyway, that's the video. I hope if you are doing your seedlings inside, you are having good luck with that, or watching the nurseries and the greenhouses that you drive by before, because I wouldn't buy a plant just yet. But yeah, just before May 2-4 weekend, if you have space you have on your porch that you can put them to get cool and harden off. But if it gets too cool, have space inside as well to bring them in overnight. So I wouldn't buy just yet, but around May long weekend, that should be around good time to start looking for getting seedlings if you don't grow your own. Anyways, thanks for watching, and remember, finish your vegetables, buy something local, be good to each other. We will see you next video. Not sure what that is because right now just waiting on the ground to dry and just trying to pick away at things and see what I can do before I'm actually able to work the ground and start planting. See you next video.